Good evening from me here in the UK, and good evening from
From me here in the U.S.
yeah, hi Ravina. Anyway, do you
Yes,
think we should get on with the show?
probably. Yes, I'm sure our first magician is waiting anxiously.
But we've
Yeah.
forgotten something, haven't we?
Oh,
What
we
have we
didn't say
forgotten?
hello to Facebook friends.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
everybody give a wave to all our good Facebook friends out there. So we don't mind keeping Dr. Mark awake a little bit longer, do
Yeah, right.
we? Right. Okay. So we've been to Canada, we've been to Texas. Where are we off to next?
Well, where is our world traveler Mike Shaw at today?
Yeah. Well, no doubt we will find out when we go over to the wonderful Mike Shaw.
Ah,
Hello, magicians and magic fans. Virginia, that's where I am. Today, I would like to share a little personal story, kind of historical, about my early days in magic, and also talk about the evolution of a magic trick. So, back in the mid 1960s, they had these magic tricks made by a company called Merry Magic. And there were a series of them. And the second trick that I ever learned was this one called Wizard's Dice. And it came with a nice set of instructions. I want to compare and show you the evolution of this particular trick, as well as tell you sort of about my history in magic. This is the second trick I ever learned. And I guess I was about 8 or 9, maybe even younger. And this effect came with wonderful instructions. And in the instructions, you had what was called patter, which was a story. And it was a beautiful little story. I won't read the whole thing, but I'll just give you the gist of it. Once upon a time, in the ancient kingdom of Mongolia, up in the mountains of Tibet, there lived a famous wizard, etc., etc., etc. And then the king loses confidence in the wizard, and the wizard must prove himself by performing some magic. And the magic was this particular effect, which I'll show you now. And of course, after you tell the story, the instructions tell you then for your spectator that you're going to demonstrate. Now look at this cute little cup, and on the top is the logo, the Merry Magic logo. I remember this as being a lot bigger than it is. I bought this on eBay. I was very fortunate to find it. So I actually got one of these. This isn't my original one, but it's in perfect condition. Inside this little inside container is one die. And take a look at this. Back then in the 1950s, you see this how small the spots were. I just want to show you. And the dice itself, it's very small. Now, because you cannot shake this up and put it in the cup, I'll just do it here. I won't look. I'm putting the die in the cup. I'm covering it up so you can actually hear it in here. Listen, we shake it up. We place it in to the bigger cup, close it up, and we shake it. Now, this trick involves the magician, the wizard, divining what number is face up inside the inner cup. And I'm concentrating, and I believe it's a 5. Let's take a look. So we take this out, very carefully undo this. I won't drop it. And sure enough, if you take a look inside, you can see the number 5. So that's this version of the trick. It's very simple. It's a beautiful little effect. And if you were to buy this today, here's what it looks like. It comes in a slightly bigger box, and they've modernized it. So I want to show this to you. It's basically the same trick. However, the instructions, they don't come with a mysterious story. They're gigantic with color pictures, details on how to perform the trick. And of course, the instructions are in English and Italian. So that's how this trick is done today. Same thing. The lid fits a little bit tighter. I'll show it to you again. The die is a more modern, updated die. Here you can see it's green. It's slightly bigger. The spots are bigger. Once again, I shake it up, put it in, cover it up. You can hear it inside. You can hear it inside. And we put it in the cup, seal it. Now, I had a little trouble just now divining what number would be up. And the reason for that is when the die was shaken in the cup, it didn't land straight upright. I'm not revealing the secret, but this thing isn't as perfect as the other one was from the 1960s. Now, I know the number in this. Oh, by the way, did I tell you? This particular one gave you magic words to say. I want to read those to you. This is the original magic words. The magic words. Abba, Kadabra, Allah, Kazais, tell me the number on top of the dice. I'm getting 6. Let's see how we did on this one. Yes, 6. So it's very similar. Here we are, decades later, it's basically the same trick. Now, here's what I'd like to show you. Of course, some smart manufacturer said, no, this is too simple. We're going to make it tough. And they came up with this solid brass die, which you can see, and a solid brass case. So again, I'm just going to do this under the table where I can't see it, drop it into the case, close it up, and put it here. Now the amazing thing is, even in this brass cup, there is a way for the magician to divine the number is 1. Let's see if I'm correct. Look, the number is 1. Now, I think this is not as good a trick as the other two. Why? Because this makes it into a puzzle. If you're putting a brass die, everybody knows you cannot see through this anyway. There are only 5 senses, right? And I can't taste or smell this to determine it. So it makes this into a puzzle. To me, this is not as good an effect as this simple trick. But now I want to show you the latest version. And the latest way to do the trick, the way I prefer to do this particular effect, is not to use a special cup or special dice at all. But this is just a game of Yahtzee. It comes in a box, but this is the travel version. And I don't know if you've seen it, but it comes with a beautiful little instruction set. It's a travel version of the game Yahtzee. You get the pad, and of course, you get the 5 colored dice, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll use 3 of these for this effect. And I'll put these dice in the cup. And the nice thing is, no special props, no cup, no dice. You just take your little game, shake up the dice, and just to show you that when I shake it up, the numbers come up different every time. So here we have what? 3, 5, and 2. Nothing tricky about it. 1, 5, and 6. And now here's the magic. Are you ready? Before I do this, I would like everybody, if you have a cell phone, to hit this barcode with your cell phone. And I want to show you how this trick is actually, how I can take this to another level. Let's see if we can get the barcode sharp enough here. Let's put it here. Can anybody get the barcode on their phone?
I've got mine.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay, so we have a few people who are able to get this barcode on their phones. What is this going to take you to? This is going to take you to my photo album, my Google Photos, which we'll get to in a minute. But first, let me perform this trick, which I love doing. You shake the dice up. Robin, you tell me when to stop shaking.
Stop.
Okay, let's see what we got. Before we look, I am going to write down on this pad what I think those numbers are. And I've even drawn 3 squares with dice. This is going to be the red one. So I'm going to draw what I think the numbers are. Okay, so here they are. I believe the red die is 4, the black die is 1, and the white die is 2. That's what I think. Now let's see how we did. I'm just going to open this very carefully, and let's take a look. The white die is 2, the red 4, and the black 1. Now, if that's not amazing enough, if you look in your phone, remember I told you to go ahead and look at my photos. These are my photos. This is my Google photos. But I took a picture. I did this trick yesterday to practice it. I took a picture yesterday in my Google photos, and you could see it in your own phone. If you scroll up, you can see that the picture I took yesterday was a prediction of what we would have today.
Yeah. Excellent.
Thank you, and that's a little history.
Yay, thank you, Mike. I tell you the problem with the second one, why it didn't all quite work. You're meant to do it in Italian and English at the same time.
Scusi.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So,
Ciao.
oh no, Al, stop it. Right, well, that's about all we've got time for tonight. I'd like to thank all our performers who are in correct order.
Dr. Michael Ike, and then Robina, Mike Shaw, the Queen of Diamonds, Roy Stone, Graham Shaw, Brian Clark, Alfonso De Lucio, John Hutzabout, Tommy Burnett, and Kevin Peel.
Thank you, everybody. We've got a Facebook a load of Facebook people to say goodbye to. So give a little wave to all our friends out there in Facebook land.
From Vacaville, yes.
Yeah, excellent. So time to, again, go to a gallery view for all our people in Facebook, and we will all now get ready to pull our famous Facebook freeze face on 3. 1, 2, 3.